Welcome to the next unit part, that is polymorphism. In the last video we have seen about the type conversions in C++. What are the different type conversions, that is basic to class type, class to basic type, and class to classic type, which is possible with the help of operator overloading conversion function and parameterized constructor. So basically when a type conversion is done, some pitfalls are there related to type conversion. Let's see how the pitfalls are going to be existing. Suppose if conversion constructors are there which define the conversion from user defined data type to built-in data type, or built-in data type or user defined data type, and vice versa. So related to that, the following example will demonstrate how a conversion function, that is a conversion constructor which converts built-in data type to double or to a user defined data type, is going to act upon. So consider the type conversion pitfall, the program here. Using namespace std, we have a class money. Inside the class money we have data member, that is amount, and the default constructor initializes the value 0 to the amount. Then you have money double a, that means money having a double parameter which is converting the this is known as actually the conversion constructor, which is converting the double amount into the class object money. And then we are having a display balance function where the parameter of the display balance is a money type of object, where whichever object I want to display the value. Now if you identify that void display balance is actually a non-member function, it is not a member function of money. So that is why to define the display balance you need not use this class name and scope resolution operator. Now in the display balance, when it wants to display the value of the amount, you just cannot write cout balance, you have to write it as ob.amount, because using an object only, the amount will be accessed by a non-member function display. Now in the main function here, this is a conversion concern. In the main function you have created an object of money class m, where you are passing the parameter 79.99 which goes to double a and accordingly to amount. Now check out the display balance function. There are three display balance function. First function is display balance and you are passing m as an argument. Now if you observe the display balance, which is having money object, which is a constant money object, so you can pass money object m which is there. So first display balance will not do any problem. It will create the display balance object and pass it to the display balance function, and then ob.amount will be displayed. Now if you observe the second and third lines, you have written display balance 49.95. So as we can see that display balance is having just a parameter of type money, and whereas you are passing a parameter of type float, so this should be an error of incompatibility. Similarly it asks for the float value. Again float value, it will check that there is a argument parameter inside display balance which is of money type of object. So this should generate an error, but to your surprise again there is no error generated in the function. Why this first call to the function balance, which takes an argument, does not require conversion because its argument is correctly identified. The second call to the display conversion is needed because type of argument, that is a double value 49.95, is not what the function is expecting. But there is a conversion from the type of argument double to the type of matching parameter, that is money, temporary value of type money, as we can see. The third call to display balance is that we have an argument which is of type float with a 9.99 value, and yet the function's call can still be completed because the compiler performs a standard conversion from float to double, and again in hand from double to money to complete the normal conversion. So we will see about the pitfall in the above program. This program must give an error, but due to the type conversion it executes well. So this is actually the pitfall in type conversion, that it does automatic type of conversions, and because of which many errors which should be generated are not generated, and we create a not perfect code. Okay, so consider that we are having class 1, and inside that a constructor 1, class 2 which is having a constructor 2, and inside that the parameter of type 1 class object. Now after that we have written void f2, means we are passing 2 object to the f function. Now inside the main, when I create an object of 1 class and I pass f of 1, it automatically calls, actually we want what, if you can see f function which is defined in the program is having 2 as its parameter, but we are passing 1 parameter from main function to f. So this should generate an error, but however this is not generating an error because automatically 1 is getting converted into its next compatible type, that is 2, and 2, if you can observe, the 2 in the constructor copies the value of 1 to the data member. So this is how it works for pitfalls of type conversion. So the pitfall of type conversion, as we have seen, is possible with the help of either making the use of what parameterized do not use parameterized type conversion, or the second thing is use explicit keyword. Now normally the basic 2 type conversion happens automatically when we create an object using parameterized constructor. So suppose if ABC A of 10 is there, and value ABC is having a data member val, so 10 will be passed to the object A through ABC function. Now if we do not want such conversion to take place, that we do not want 10 that is a value which is of type float to be converted into type integer, then you have to make the use of the keyword explicit to declare the one argument constructor as follows. So suppose that ABC is a constructor with integer I as a parameter, you just write explicit keyword before this function. If you write an explicit keyword, now the automatic type conversion which happens, I is of type integer and val is of type object, suppose, then I doesn't get converted into val automatically. You will have to perform certain operations. So why? Only because you have written keyword explicit before it. Here the objects of ABC can be created using only the form ABC of 10, that is implicit parameter. You cannot use explicit type of assignment for explicit keyword use. So we will see about the explicit keyword use. Now consider the code below, class ABC, inside which we are having a constructor passing a value to m, val is equal to m, and then to get the value we are writing return val. Now inside the private section we are taking the val. Now we are taking an exterior function which takes ABC object as an argument, and we are calling getVal function using that particular object. Now inside the main function, when we generate exterior and then 3, this 3 is actually directly going to exterior, where it checks that its parameter is of type ABC, and it checks whether ABC is class is having an conversion constructor. Yes, it has the conversion constructor, but if you see that 3 is of type integer and ABC is of type class, it is going to generate an error. But however, no error is being generated. Why we see that no error is being generated? Let's see. This happens due to the automatic basic to type class conversion, that there exists a constructor of ABC that takes as an integer as a parameter. So this can be used to convert the parameter to the correct type. Compiler is allowed to do this for each parameter once. Preferring the explicit keyword to the constructor prevents the compiler from using that constructor for implicit conversion. It will now create a compiler error at exterior 3 function call. So if you observe, this is a program where we have just added a keyword explicit in front of the constructor. We are taking the value, displaying the value using getVal function. Then if you observe the main exterior, we have created the ob.getVal function, and exterior 3. Now it will not generate any error. It will not generate an error. Now it will not generate an error because exterior ABC, because you have converted exterior ABC 3. Okay, means 3 will get converted into ABC, and then you will call exterior function which is taking ABC as its parameter, and then show the value of that particular interior code. Now we will see the second code, that is mutable keyword. Why mutable keyword is needed? Basically, if we want a member function or an object which is declared as constant to modify the data members easily of a particular class, it can make the use of mutable keyword. So how, if we declare a member function as constant, we cannot modify actually the data inside that particular function. If ABC class is having a val as data member and member function void add const, and then we define add function. So how we define an add function? Suppose this void add const val is equal to val plus 10. So this is actually an error. It will generate an error because data members cannot be modified in cost member function. Your value is a data member and you are trying to add 10. And if you observe that add function is a constant function, so it cannot modify the values. If we want the data members in a constant member function modifiable, we make the data member to be modified as mutable. Okay, so here is how we do it with class ABC, and then the mutable keyword integer val semicolon, and then the example. Now we related to the mutable, observe that inside the class test you have written integer x, integer y, and which is a mutable keyword. Now inside this we have declared a constructor which is initializing the value to x as 10 and y is equal to 20. X is equal to 4, y is equal to 10. Now inside the main function you have constant test t1. We have a constant variable test t1. And t1.x is equal to 8, but t1.x is actually what? Integer type, and 8 is again of type integer. But however, this will generate an error. Why it generates an error, we'll check afterwards, and then return 0. Now assignment of member text x is only read only object e1.x is equal to 8. So however this executes well, and we can see now to make t2 accessible, we make constant ty1 and t1.y is equal to 20, then cout t1.y and then return 0. So we have seen in this video the explicit and mutable keyword and pitfalls in type conversion of operator overloading. Thank you for watching the video.